Right, we're live. Hello. Oh, I'm Sean, Librarian Writer Geek. I'm Librarian Writer Geek on Twitch and YouTube, as well as on Blue Sky. Otherwise, check my website, blog, whatever, for links to various things, all my things, and, you know, including all of this stuff. And my blog, which I occasionally update. So yeah, we're gonna. I mentioned this in my stream Friday, hey, but I'm gonna mention it again. This is gonna be a little experiment. I'm gonna try something not exactly new, but different, I guess. I used to. I think I used to. No, wait. I streamed Thursday. I think it was streamed when I first started streaming. I think I streamed Thursday nights and maybe Friday afternoons. I don't recall. It's because it's been several years since I did that. But I'm gonna try doing some streaming stuff on Sunday afternoons around 3 o'clock my time. Probably gonna again go for like an hour and a half each time. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. And this is probably going to be a little more free form unless something really grabs me. So for right now, I'm gonna be doing more of the tabletop gaming stuff that seems to do better in terms of YouTube analytics. I don't know. Oh, and maybe streaming in the afternoon might also get some. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So last time I did one of these, I was looking. I think it was the last time. I don't know. I know a while back I did a look at the tabletop RPG Nimble, but I really couldn't show off too much because it's I don't have couldn't do a video example of the game in action, but now I actually can because a little while ago they released the module system whatever for Foundry, and they are still working on that. It's still kind of in development, but there definitely are at least some things and elements that are now implemented into the system. So, and I think I've managed to kind of work around the missing bits. But so yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So last time, I don't remember if we actually went through the process of building a character, but it might be worth it to do a little bit of a refresher. I'm gonna actually start with building a character and then do the combat stuff. So gonna jump all the way to that. That is not what I wanted. Is this page 18? 18. Okay, character creation. Here we go. All right. So I do have the sheet, which is mostly blank, but I downloaded it from their website, which I believe is. Oh, geez, I don't remember what their website is called. They're from their website, right, which they should have. So, yeah, NimbleRPG.com. All right. So, okay, we're gonna make a character, and they want us to start with picking a class. And you know what? Let's do this the fun way. Let's do this fun way and roll for some things. So let's see, how many classes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, well, got a nice fancy D12 that 12, and a really cool 3D printed tower, literal dice tower. So let's give it a go. 10. All right. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Storm Shifter. Okay. Cool. So, let's see. Sure. 1. Alright. Alright. Well, actually, and we'll pop into here. The hero book, which contains all the information on the classes. But I believe that's all it contains. Sworn Time Master Shepherd Storm. Yep. Yeah, I believe this is just the classes. Right, so we're going to jump ahead to the Storm Shifter, which looks to kind of be their take on the Druid. 8 allies waiting to fray, cast powerful spell. Also, so. Right. So, first off, let's see. So, important stats for the Storm Shifter are willpower, will, and dex. So, we'll need to make sure to remember that when we get to assigning ability scores. Hit die is a d8, so I'll make sure. Let's see. Put that up here. I guess, and 1. Sure. Saves. Okay, we get advantage on will saves. We'll mark that. And disadvantage on strength roll saves. Okay. Okay, and I think, let's see, where do I normally put this? How do I normally do this? All right. Proficient with cloth or leather armor, can use staves or wands, and starting gear is cheap hides, a staff, and a strange plant. I think we're going to put this here as our inventory. And later on we'll mark how many we have a certain number of inventory slots, because that's how this game handles inventory. Let's see. So movement-wise, we have cheap hides, a staff, and a strange plant. Okay. Staff. Our weapon, so I'll have to keep track of that. Hides, and we'll come back, figure that stuff out later. Okay. We're gonna, over here, note various characteristics, like, I actually need to, nope. Switch the tools. Master of Storms, cantrips from the Lightning and Wind schools. All the cantrips, or cantrips? From the Lightning and Wind schools. Additionally, Beast Shift as an action. Let's see. Can transform into a harmless beast, squirrel, pit, etc. While transformed, you can speak with animals. Lasts until you drop to 0 hit point. Oops. Down there. Lasts until you drop to 0 hit points. Cast spell or end your turn. And on your turn for free, you have Dex Beast Shift charges. They reset on a safe rest. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna change my mind, and I am just gonna copy this over. Right, and okay, and that's all we have for this. Next step: ancestry and background. Start filling in character sheet. Now we technically started doing that already. So we kind of have to jump ahead to common ancestries. There's a lot. I don't know. I know I did mention this during the first video. There's a bunch of ancestries, and they're all very flexible. They're all very super simplified, so that allows for a lot of flexibility. I don't think I want to go with any of the really weird ones. So I think we're going to go with, we're going to say gnome. Why not? Say gnome. So, all right, well, we are small, which I think does something for us. Does that do anything for us? Optimistic. And what am I doing? Optimistic. Optimistic. Can allow an ally within reach 6 to reroll a single die. Resets when healed to your max hit points. Right. You have -1 to speed, so that's something to keep track of. So regular speed is 6. Our speed is only 5. Actually, speed is 5, so potentially for this character. You know Dwarvish if your intelligence is not negative, but you call it gnomish, of course. Alright, so going back. Ancestry and background. Okay, well, let's flip ahead further to backgrounds. There's There's a lot of vague ones. There's something about I could have sworn there was something about being used to being around nature. Oh, wild one. We'll go with wild one, because that makes sense for a druidy type. I think everybody knows common as for basics, knows how to speak common. Okay. Alright, so I'll try to remember we get a +1 to our naturecraft skill. And let's see, so that is backgrounds. So, character sheet. Alright, so I think I think we're going to go with the balanced set of stats. So in that case, we're going to go with +2 will, +1 int, +1 dex, and 0 strength. We are a small gnome. We're a gnome spellcaster. We do not. Yeah. Okay. And gonna quickly fill out the skills. Skill bonuses. +2, +2, +1. Oh. Right, sorry, forgot Storm should restart with 13 hit points. Derp. Skill points, mark stat bonuses. And oh, right, forgot we get a +1 to naturecraft, so that turns into a +3. Woof. Then place 4 additional skill points wherever we want. I'm thinking. I feel like our gnome is going to be a little he's kind of sneaky, so we'll give him 1 there. Might be good at noticing things, so we'll put a boost there. Good at just general seeing things, why not? So there. And they might be kind of smart at know things, so we'll give 1 there. All right. Okay. Secondary stat. We got all that. Equipment and money. We already did start level 1 equipment. So already got that. Languages. Everyone speaks common. Okay, so we're gonna mark languages. We have common and speak Dwarvish. We're gonna mark that like that. All right, got that. Ancestor, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we have 10 slots in our inventory, just to be clear. Okay, and that's all we need from there. Let's see, flipping back. Equipment, here we go. Let's see. Okay, armor. We have cheap hides, which give us 3 plus our dexterity armor. So that gives us. Here's our OR. Mike is in the way. ARM. That right there. We have an initiative, I believe, is +1. Did I miss that part? I might have. Speed, default 6, maximum wounds, inventories, initiative, default to dex. Okay, cool. No shield, da, 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 da. Weapons. We have our gnome has a staff. Okay, two-handed. Right, so we're going to note two-handed, so I need to use both hands to wield it. It's D8 plus strength bludgeoning, so so maybe making strength the dump stat was not a great idea, but oh well. That's fine. And that's all we need to know about that. Flipping ahead, magic items, spells. Okay, so we know both the 2 cantrips from the lightning school. Blah. Boy. Okay. This is not looking great. Okay. Let's see. So zap. 1 action, single target. Yeah, okay. This is not working out so well. Cantrip. Action, single target. Action, single target. Action, single targets. Range 12. Range 12. 2d8 on. Okay, 2d8 on me. 2d8 on me. Let's see, on a me. Miss, lightning fails to find ground, strikes you instead. Honestly. Can I? Nope. Up here. Instead, let's see, high levels, or high levels plus 6 damage every 5 levels. Okay. Okay, and also overload. Cantrip, 1 action AoE. Okay. Oh. AoE. Castable only if you are charged, ending the condition. I have to make a note of what charged means. Otherwise, Range, reach. Oh, reach 2. So that's you got to be right up next to him, more or less. 2. No. See, damage is 2d8 to others within reach. So everybody within 2. So basically, everybody within 2 square. If you cast this, everybody within 2 squares takes damage. Nice. High levels +4 for every 5 levels. Okay. And charged means take lightning damage or charge for 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Moving on. That's the lightning spells we know. Wind spells. Okay, we have Razor Wind and Breath of Life. Okay. Okay. All right. Nope. Cantrip. 1. Cantrip, 1 action, single target. Range 12. Range 12, damage, D4 slashing. Ooh. And also has the vicious property. Roll 1 additional damage die when you roll crit. What is it? Roll 1 additional die whenever you roll crit damage. Also damages up to 1 adjacent target. High levels +2 damage every 5 levels. Okay. And last spell, Breath of Life, cantrip, 1 action, single target, Breath of Life. Range of 6. Restore 1 hit point to a dying creature. I'll have to double check dying. High levels +2 range every 5 levels. Okay. And I'm gonna just want to double check because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be in. Let's pop to the end. Glossary. No, that's not it. Nope. Measuring spaces. Variant rules. Probably in combat. Or conditions. Dying at 0 hit points. Taking damage while dying causes 2 wounds. Okay. And yeah, so there essentially is a character for this game. I'm not going to save this because it's interesting, but yeah. This is. I think I did something a much simpler class. Let me see. Storm Shifter. Something they note at the beginning is class complexity, where the cheat, which is basically their rogue, is probably the most straightforward class. Most of the classes are like moderately difficult. Like there's a couple extra moving parts that you might need to keep track of. Mage, obviously that's a spellcaster. You have a lot more options. There's a lot of things to keep track of. Same with Shadowmancer, Songweaver, and yeah, Stormshifter. There's more stuff you need to keep track of. So yeah. Okay. And no, I do not wish to save that. So we're going to just quickly go over combat again. Okay, before jumping into the combat demo. All right, so when you roll initiative, which, well, rolling initiative, I think, yeah. Starting combat, oddly enough, is at the end of the combat section, but okay. So right, heroes get 3 actions every turn, and again, and I know I'm absolutely certain I mentioned this, but hey, we're just going to do a refresher. I do like this kind of trend switching from where did I put? Instead of saying you have an action, bonus action, movement, instead of that sort of thing, it's like, okay, you have X number of actions, and you can take however, and you can use each of those actions to do different things. I know Pathfinder, the new 2nd edition of Pathfinder, did that. I think that's probably where it really started. But yeah, that's really a good thing to do. Most of this stuff, bunch of things you can do as action, and you can attack, cast most spells, move, or do any of these other options. Make a skill check to get some information, increase damage. Let's see, increase next primary die roll against target by one. Reduce one dot. Basically, get an advantage to make the next target attack against the target better, make the next attack against you less good. Sorry, hold on. I gotta. I should close down Discord for a second. It's distracting me. Additionally, yeah, reactions where you can also spend an action off your turn. You only have actions on your turn. Okay, all 3 actions recharge. Okay, all 3 actions recharge at the end of your turn. However, you can use reactions that will burn them. I feel kind of iffy about that because I feel like it should be more you get actions at the start of your turn, so then you have to think about, do I want to do something this turn? But I guess the idea of going, okay, I used all my action, and so now I can't use them anymore. Oh well. Anyway, 3 actions. You can do multiple attacks. I'm not sure if you can actually cast multiples. Well, you could probably cast multiple spells too, but I imagine that suffers the same problem. I would assume that's suffers the same penalties as making another attack after or if you make a second attack on your turn, and I would assume that gets the same problem where you have cumulative disadvantage, which in this disadvantage in this is, okay, you get an extra die, and now you're dropping higher level. Drop the higher advantage is you know, rolling more dice. Anyway. Reactions, defend, reduce damage coming to you by your armor amount, interpose, jump in and take damage from an ally within 2 spaces, make an opportunity attack against an enemy, but you make it with disadvantage, or just help an ally. So, with all that being said, I think it's time to finally get around to showing this game off, which we'll do over here. Haha. Okay. And while we're here, okay, so first off, let's move to the combat. And I'm going to quickly get into quick little sidebar about, I'm hoping this combat is balanced. I'm following their instructions. Real quick, going to go over that. So we've got, in this particular encounter, the enemy consists of 3 different types. It's bandits, because bandits are one of those things where it's like, I don't generally feel too bad about fighting bandits. Why would I? But anyway, okay. So we have 3 types of enemies: bandit minions, regular bandits, and a bandit hunter. Minions are really, really basic enemies. They will literally die if they take any damage, which is kind of cool. And I think all of these are minions or flunkies, which is to say they have no armor, so they can't use a reaction. Do they get reactions? I believe they get reaction. Let me double check. I'm gonna monsters and armor. Okay, right. And starting combat, you roll a d20, add any initiative modifiers, and that really determines how many actions you have this turn, rather than when you go. And goes in order of who's ready. So anyway, sorry, getting distracted. Okay, so minions are especially weak enemies. Again, they will die if they take any damage. They cannot crit. If multiple minions attack at once, they all basically get 1 attack, so you can reduce all the damage in one go. They are all kind of regular enemies, like the bandit and the bandit hunter. They actually get they obviously have hit points, so they don't die quite so easily, but they do. But neither of them. They also don't have any armor, so they can't really, do anything to reduce incoming damage. Except that bandits in particular, they all have this parry ability, which is okay. So normally you only miss if your attack die is a 1. In this case, you miss if it's a 2 or if it's a 1 or a 2. So that's how they work. That works. Okay, but the math. Okay. So you notice that each of these enemies has a level. Bandit minions are 1/4, which I think all minions are 1/4. Regular bandits are 1/3, and the bandit hunter is 1. And the way the game designers encourage, the way they explain designing encounters is you start by taking the total level of all the characters, which in this case is 4, because we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 level 1 characters, so that gives us a total. So that party has a total level of 4, and divide that amongst the various levels, then decide, like, okay, how hard of a combat do you want it to be? If you want it to be a really easy combat, then the total level of all the monsters should be about half or lower. So in this case, an easy combat for a group of 4 level 1 adventurers would be a total level of 2 or less. If you want it to be maybe moderate, to where, like, you know, there might be some danger, but you know, it's not too bad, then it's I think about 3/4 or less, so about total of 3. And if you want it to be like a really hard encounter, then it should be, like, you know, equal to or possibly above the total party's level. So in this case, is that in this? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bandit minions, which at a level of 1/4 level each comes out to a total of 1. We have 1, 2, 3 bandits, which have a level of 1/3 each, which again comes out to 1 for all the bandits, and a bandit hunter, which has is a level 1. So in total, that's a total level of 3. So this should be hopefully not super easy, but also not impossible, essentially. So with all that done, going to get, you know, start some music. And, you know, maybe we're gonna turn it down a little bit. Turn that music down just a touch, so I'm hopefully not being overloaded by it. Actually, while I'm thinking about this, I want to actually hear what this music sounds like, because I've turned the speakers down. There we go. All right. So I think... Okay, well, hold on. This first, we're gonna enter combat mode, and the thing I like about this, at least in the official Nimble module, they had this stuff over on the side here. That's really cool. I'm gonna do minion, bandits. Find it a little interesting that the bandits aren't appearing on the side there. But, okay, is there a way for me? Alright. I'm actually gonna... There we go. Oh, nope. Didn't want to do that. Cool. Okay. So we're going to roll initiative. All right. So we have our... Hey, what? What is it? That's weird. It's weird that it's not... Okay. 12. Right, she actually gets it. This one character, the cheat, Sarissa, she is actually she's an elf. So one of the traits for elves is they get, in addition to a bonus to speed, they also have advantage on initiative rolls. So I'm going to roll again. Okay, and so we'll take the 13 instead. And Okay, and we say start combat. Nope. Okay. Okay, cool. Why is it not... Uh-oh. What the heck? Okay, that's really weird that they're not, doing anything. I don't understand. Okay, well, we'll go with it the way it is. I could have sworn there was something a little... You know, I looked earlier today and it seemed like there was a... I don't know why, but okay, fine. Okay, so because... So we're going to say that our heroes have spotted these bandits over here. Okay. So... Okay, so... Okay. So because our wizard got an initiative with two-digit value, that means she gets 2 actions. Unfortunately, the cleric, not the cleric, he's a shepherd, but essentially the same. He rolled a single-digit initiative, so he only has 1 action. So in this case, I think, okay, starting with the wizard. All right, we're going to take a quick look at range 8, range 12, range 12. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. So let's see. She can range of 12. Okay. Alright, so we've got a bandit minion within 8 of her. We're not going to bother with worrying about height stuff. So let's see. You know what the heck? We're just going to go with Ice Lance. Okay, so we can target Ice Lance. Oh, nice. She rolled a 6 plus 7, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Is there a way for me to... Nope. And he was technically slowed. Not that it really matters, because this particular minion is now dead. Right, and with that done, let's see what else. Ooh, let's see. She can move 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but whatever. But wizard. Okay. Now we have a dwarf berserker. Let's see. Let's see. As a berserker, let's see. Rage. Okay, he has 2 actions. He has 2 actions. And he can only move 5. He could use all his both actions to move. Try and get... We're going to say the height of that is about 2 2 squares each, so it would take him... Actually, I don't remember if there's rules about running, about height, so climbing. So, and I'm not going to look. So I think, yeah, he's just gonna use both his actions to just rush out. As you can see, because, yeah, there's climbing up that is going to take too long, so he's going to rush for this over here and just try and draw as much attention as he can. Our cheat only has 1 action. No, wait, she has 2 actions. Never mind. Let's see. She has a sling, which has a range of... range of 2 to 12. Okay. Yeah, alright. Sure, so she will target that guy. Oh, nice. Okay, so not that he has any armor. Okay, and so it's vicious. Let's see, so already we're dealing 9 damage. And but also she has the vicious opportunist. Okay, he's not distracted. But we have sneak attack. So we crit. So we're going to deal another d6 damage to this guy. So he is also going to be dead. And then she has a move of 7. So she has a move of 7. Let's see. Can we get to... Not quite. Hold on. If she's a rogue or a cheat, she's going to want to kind of be... Actually, yeah, she's going to move up over here. Trying to kind of try and be out of the line of fire. Unlike the mage. Alright. That's all she can do. And the shepherd. Well, he really can't do much. So he's just going to move his 6 spaces and try and get as far ahead as he can. Okay, so now we get the minions. 1, 2, 3. The minions don't really have any actions they can take. I'm trying to remember. Actually, sorry, I'm trying to double check how monsters work. I'm gonna assume it's... I don't quite remember. I'm assuming it's they can move and attack, I assume? So, you know what? 3, 4, 5, 6. So sure, he's gonna move 6. 2, 3. Sure, he's gonna move that way, chase that way too. I think this guy's just gonna. He's gonna move over here. All right. Let's see. So we got 2 bandits. Let's see. Can shoot with a range of 8. That's too far. It's just within range. Okay. This guy, I think, is gonna... Whoop. Oop. He's gonna rush around and lead the charge here. Yeah, I honestly... I'm forgetting whether or not they can... If they get action, if the monsters get, if the enemy NPCs get actions, because I'm sure that's covered in the rules somewhere, but I don't recall seeing it. But this guy, and I don't. Oh. I still don't recall why. I'm not sure why it's being weird with the initiative stuff. Oh well. This guy, he's going to shoot at our dwarf lurker. Okay, that's 5, and it should not be acid damage, but whatever. Okay, he's going... Our dwarf is going to... Actually, hold on. He doesn't have any fury dice. Okay. We'll get to that. Have to get to that next turn. So he's going to expend one of his actions to reduce that... reduce damage from a single attack by your armor, or whether you use this reaction. Okay. He's going to spend one of his actions to use his armor to resist that and take 4 damage instead. Yikes. Still quite a bit. Okay, that's going to be that. Over the Bandit Hunter. Range of 12. That's outside the range. Okay. Probably should have saved it for this next one. So, also going to... Sure, also going to target the Berserker. What the... Hey? Hi? Oof, 10. Yeah, I think he's going to spend another reaction to reduce that by 1 for all it's worth. But still, that is a lot. Ugh. Okay, but... Okay. so, I don't think we have anything that can get within range of that. Okay, so I think, let's see. Our wizard is going to move, use one action to move over to here. Actually, sure. Move over to here, get a little closer, and let's see, what attacks do we have? What's the... Range 12, okay, Zap. Let's see, Zap does 2d8 damage, Ice Lance does d6. But... okay, you know what the heck. We're gonna give it a shot, alright, and we're going to try and zap the bandit hunter. Alright, that's a hit. So it's going to be 7. Okay, that's 2. And, yeah, I think they're gonna... then slip around this corner to not be attacked by the scary bandit with the bow. Okay. He's already used 2 actions thus far. I don't think he wants to use any more. Don't think he wants to... He's gonna... Actually, I think he's gonna hang here. And instead... he's going to use his rage. Leave combat, enter a rage. Decide every strength attack you make, you can have a max of... I'd add it to... Alright. So we're going to roll a d4. 1. Okay, well, it's not nothing. Actually, I'm gonna... Is there... I'm actually gonna look up climbing. When a difficult terrain, movement is halved. Okay, that explains it. When you're on a climbable surface, trees, cliffside terrain, it counts as difficult terrain. Okay, cool. So we're gonna say this counts as... This is about 2 squares high. But that's not a problem because our elf has a of 7, so that's gonna be 4... 4, 5, 6. And yeah. That lead bandit is easily within range of over sling, which really shouldn't look like this, but oh well. Okay, so that's 4. And then... let me see. Hiding. Okay. We're in hiding. To hide in combat, you must have cover from creatures you're trying to hide from. Use an action to make a DC 15 stealth check. Okay. We're going to say this is only kind of half cover. So just going to duck down and needs to make a stealth check. Yeah, no, nothing. And fails, so that's not great, but oh well. Okay. Shepherd is... nope. I'm going to move 4. And is going to use... let's see. This is... his healing light, which he can use twice per... let's see, it's... what is it? Twice per safe rest. Okay, or he can't do that. Or he apparently can't actually cast that because it's... oh. Heal will D8 hit points to a dying creature within reach 6. Okay, so not great, but okay, he's going to move up there. So he can potentially interpose, I suppose, I guess. If necessary. And let's see, what else has he got? He's got some spells I totally missed. D4, D12, reach 4. That's only reach 1. Okay, reach of 8. Yeah, we're still all focusing on the lead bandit, so we're gonna use entice. Ugh. Nice. Okay. So that's 6 damage. Okay. I'm gonna, for the sake of my own sanity, I'm going to only assume these bandits can move. Okay. He's gonna stay there. All right. Range of 8. Okay, well, unfortunately... oh my... what? He's gonna take a shot at... okay, what? Let's see. Spend one or more Fury dice to reduce damage taken by Strength plus Dex for each dice spent. Okay. Okay, so that's 3. So, yeah, we're going to expend that Fury die we rolled last turn. So he's going to lose that, but he's going to just basically get to ignore that damage. Meanwhile, Bandit up here is... he's going to do the same. 4, and we're going to spend a reaction to ignore one of that. So that's not great. I think our bandit hunter is actually going to take a notice of our cheat up here instead, and 12. Okay, that's not great. But so our elven roguey cheat is gonna use one of her actions to reduce that by 5, so that's only 7 damage. Still a lot of damage, though. Yikes. Okay. Back to the wizard. All right. 5. Okay. Need to remember to switch things. Just gonna target this bandit. Jeez, okay, I'm going for almost an hour and a half already. Jeez. Okay, gonna go for that one, and ooh. Do a flame dart at him, and he's just gonna instantly... he's a minion, so he's instantly dead. Let's see, where is... gonna move over here. Sure. And she's then going to use Heart's Fire. Okay. To grant Torvald another action, so he now has 3. Now has a full 3 actions. So he is once again... leave combat, drop to 0 hit points to go 1 round without attacking or raging. Okay, so he is... in raging, gain another fury die, even if you're already raging, if you're already at your max. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna rage again. For 1 action. Then, can he get... yes, he can. Yep, he's gonna do something stupid and get up to this guy, because he hasn't hit anything at all. And gonna take a swing at this guy. Oh, wait. He raged. So... okay. Well, he's only going to take 5. But still, it's quite a bit. Okay. So she's gonna... Alright. Cheat. Gonna pop up. And again, take a shot. Okay, that's gonna be 4 damage. Still up, though. And I think she's gonna duck down and kind of move over here. Maybe, I don't know, there. And again, try and stealth. And fail again. Good grief. He's not doing great. Okay, Zeclair, the shepherd, rather. He's gonna continue trying to assist. However he can, so he's gonna move. Oh wait, she used... Oh right, she used an action. She used 1 action to reduce damage. So, okay. So he's gonna run up here and gonna try and smack this guy upside the head. Smack the bandit upside the head. Whatcha? Okay, that's gonna be 4. Bludgeoning, and let's see, with an 8. Whoop. Ah. Hold on. Goodbye. Okay. They don't. Goodbye. Anywho. Did he take out the bandit hunter? I think he will. Yeah, he'll go out, he'll do one last entice against the bandit hunter. Oh no, and miss. Oh no. Oh. And should have been moving closer to him. Oh well. Well, that's not good. Okay, we still have minions left, so I'm just gonna move 4. No, wait. And he's gonna try and stab. Oh, that's a big hit. Okay. So our shepherd is going to use one of his actions to intercede. And basically jump over here. Oh, hold on. And jump in, shove this guy away. Push them out of the way and become the new target of the attack. You enter space and move them to an adjacent space of your choice. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, so he is instead going to take... That 7. But actually... And he's going to... Oh, you can perform each reaction no more than once per round, and they will start their turn with fewer actions. Okay. He's going to interpose, but also defend. So he will instead take no damage. I think that minion's going to just stay up there. I think the bandit's going to continue to focus on the dwarf and try and stab him. Oop, not what I wanted. Okay. Unfortunately, that's gonna put him down to 0, so that's not great. Okay, other bandit. Dang it. Going to target him. With a shoot. Oof. And he can't do anything about that, so he's going to take all 6 of that. That's not great. Yeah, I think Bandit Hunter is because I don't want this to end that quickly. I'm gonna take a shot at the mage. Oh, jeez, that's okay. Holy crap! What? Okay, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna take away that 6 or reduce it to a 16. Okay, there's really nothing I can do about that. Hold on. What's the... Oh, I see what happened. Okay, are these all... I feel like they're supposed to be okay, why can their attacks crit? They shouldn't be able to crit. I'm gonna undo that, because... These are flunkies, they're not supposed to be able to crit. No crit. I don't think any of these attacks have crit so far. So, we're going to try that again, because I did not intend for that. Okay, that's still 9. Okay, that's still 9. So the wizard's going to use an action to reduce that damage by 3. It still comes out to 6, though. Which is still a lot. But... okay, now it is the wizard's turn. The wizard is going to reply in kind. Another zippity zap. And fine, cool, great, wonderful. Oop, not what I wanted. Okay, cool. Bandit Hunter is now dead. Okay. And she is going to duck around behind here. Because, ow. Okay, he is at 0, so technically he is dying, which is not great. Okay, let me see. Alright, so dying. 0 hit points. Taking damage while dying causes 2 wounds. A crit causes 3. Hit points in dying. Let's see. Dying when you have taken 6 wounds, unless you have the ability to change that number. There are always ways to revive a hero who has died, but rare and often come at a very steep cost. Okay. Dying condition until you regain hit points. While dying, actions are limited to 1. Concentration is broken, and you are at risk for further serious harm. Attacking or casting spells causes 1 wound unless you make a DC 10 strength save. Taking damage while dying causes 2 wounds. Okay, cool. So he's still up. He's still kind of able to act. Technically. So, is it a DC 10 strength save? Alright, so he's going to make a strength save, and luckily he's good at this, so... Okay, he makes the strength save. So he's not going to take a wound, and he is going to make a swing at this bandit. Awesome. Actually, yeah, okay, well, whatever. He's not raging. I don't think he can rage in this state anyway. So... Alright, so this bandit is dead. Don't really think there's much else he wants to do at this moment. So he just kind of, yeah. Okay, she's gonna... Let's see. Range 12. Cool. Dang it. Alright, so that's 1. Just gonna duck down, kind of move over a little bit, and try to do this stealth check again. Good grief. Yay! Stealthy. Stealthness. Oh, she's hidden now. Yay. Okay. See, I think he only has... Shepard only has 1 action. Shepard, Edric only has 1 thing he can do. So he's going to use Searing Light. Whoop. Okay, you know what? I'm going to rule that as a 14. Sure, okay. So, yeah. Just gonna... Nope. We're gonna heal him up. Heal Torvald up to 14 for 14 hit points. Why not? Okay, okay, this bandit is... Okay, the bandit minion is dead. This one is not. So he's going to try and stab at Edric. 2, yeah, Edric's going to use one of his actions to block that, because screw you. I think this one, he's noticing what's going on. He's going to rush over here. We'll call that it. That bandit is dead. This bandit... Sure, he's gonna rush over here. They're dead. Wizard's gonna target that, the bandit minion. With the flame dart, because I think he's within... He is within 6, so yeah. Yes. Nope. Just completely remove them from the tracker. Oh! And now it's working. Okay. Weird. Okay. So to use one action to do that. Okay. I don't know what. I don't know. Something goofed. I guess I dropped too many things in the tracker at once. So that's one. Sure, gonna go over here. Let's see. 9? Sure, I think. That's 1, 2. Actually, I think she's gonna... And she once again cast Heart's Fire on Torvald to give him 4 actions this round. Okay, and that's gonna be her last action. Okay, so Torvald is gonna use 1 action to rage. I don't think he raged. He did not rage last time because he couldn't rage. 2. Okay. And he's going to use 2 actions. Rush up there. So that's going to be 1, 2. That's the last guy. Big guy. So he is going to swing. Haha. Ooh. And almost kill him. Awesome. All right. Let me see. So, First attack made while hidden is made with advantage, but then you're no longer hidden. Okay, cool. So So I think she hid last. She did manage to hide. Yes. Missed, but did make the stealth check. Okay, so she's gonna pop up. And make an attack. But it's made with advantage. So it does hit. He is dead. I completely forgot that they were there. Oops. Forgot that last bandit minion was there. Oh well. So that's one. We're gonna hop over. All that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There. And he's within range. Let me see. You hit distracted target with a melee attack. Oh, melee. Alright, but we're still going to go after, try and make an attack against this guy. But now we're rolling with disadvantage because it's a rushed attack. Okay, so we don't get the crit, but we do deal the 5 damage. And the last of the bandits is dead. And combat ends. And our heroes. So, all right. And that's how that's going to go. And we're going to pop back here. All right, so that... Actually, no, I want... That is the Nimble Tabletop RPG in action. I hope if you're watching this and you've never seen it before, I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure I definitely made some mistakes. I'm sure, like, I'm gonna bet that enemies, monsters, what have you, I'm gonna bet that they're supposed to get more actions. I'm not sure if they're supposed to get the same number of actions as players, or if they only get 2. I don't know. And like I said at the beginning, that combat was intended to be moderately difficult. So, like, yeah, a lot of characters got hurt. One of them actually went down to 0 hit point, was actually dropped down to dying, which admittedly some of that was probably like, okay, I really shouldn't have had the berserker rush head first into combat, but there you go. But that's how it goes sometimes. I guess. In general, yeah, I think it's pretty good. If I took some more time and really wrapped my brain around it, I think it would really help if there was like a GM screen or something I don't know. I could definitely see running this or in simple combat, simple some of the adventures they've put out, because I believe they've put out some stuff. I think I believe the GM's guide includes a number of adventures and such for learning the game, running the game. Actually, the GM's guide includes a little mini campaign that is intended to take characters from level 1 all the way up to well, actually, let me see. I think does this one? No, it includes a number of Okay, level 3 adventure. It includes a little intro adventure that gets you from levels 1 to 3, and as well as a little campaign setting and some adventures to do there. Actually, probably no. Yeah, a number of locations with various adventures for different levels. So, yeah. Again, it's fairly simple. It's straight, not too difficult. I think like some of the some little bits. I feel like some of the any confusion I was having was mostly on my part because I'm trying to do both the heroes and the NPC monsters. So that's causing trying to keep all of that straight in my head and trying to decide all that. Whereas if I were doing this with an actual group of players, it probably wouldn't be so difficult. I don't know if I would actually introduce. I might try doing this with my group or another group. I don't know. Oh, might be something fun to try. It's again pretty simple, straightforward. Or combat is not too crazy. Especially combat. It can be a little crazy, but again, it's okay as long as you remember. Okay, am I taking this action? Taking those? How many actions have I taken? And assuming, I don't know. Foundry was kind of being weird and glitchy for a minute there, and I don't, not sure about it. But yeah. Anyway, hey, I'll be uploading this to YouTube probably in a couple days. Try and upload this to YouTube soon. Otherwise. And Friday I'll be doing more Dragon Age 2, probably actually finally getting to more actual main plot stuff for Act 2. But yeah, until then, I'm Sean, Librarian Writer Geek on Twitch and YouTube and Blue Sky. Check the site. Otherwise, bye. Have a good one. Bye.